Alright folks, this Pitching is 88, and I am bringing you a brand new game based on an old game. Game was developed in 1991. It is the second game of the Monkey Island series, following The Secret of Monkey Island, which is what I just played for you a couple months ago. So this is a game that you can buy. I bought it on Steam, for a buddy of mine bought it for me on Steam. If you pre-ordered it for $10, you also got the first game, which was awesome. This game has done a couple of very interesting things, which I like. As you can see, the settings. I can object highlighting. We'll turn that off because I don't really need that. I know how to play this game. I've played it way too many times. But that's not a bad thing. It gets good every single time I play it. Controls, important one for me, really, through this walkthrough is F1 switch mode. But what they do is they do commentary. Now, how I'm going to be handling commentary through this walkthrough is I am going to be playing through it without commentary. But at the end of the scene, I'm going to plug in what they said. So, for instance, in the very first beginning, I was checking this out. I'm just going to play through it until it gets to a stop, and then I'm going to go back and have the developers insert their commentary in certain parts of the game. So, this is LeChuck's Revenge from Monkey Island 2 Special Edition, brought to you by LucasArts. Let's have a blast, guys.
Well, Guybrush Threepwood, you do turn up in the strangest places.
Hi, Elaine. Do you think you could help me out?
How did you get into this mess?
It's kind of a long story.
That's okay. I've got time.
Well, it all started on Scab Island. Some of my admiring fans had pressured me into telling my LeChuck evaporating story once again.
Deep in the Caribbean, Scab Island.
So I bust into the church and say, "Now you're in for it, you bilious bag of barnacle bait." And then LeChuck cries, "Guybrush, have mercy! I can't take it anymore!"
I think I know how he must have felt.
Yeah, if I hear this story one more time, I'm gonna be crying myself.
Don't you have any new stories?
Well, actually, that's why I'm here on Scab Island. I'm on a whole new adventure.
Growing a mustache?
No, bigger than that.
A beard?
No, I'm in search of treasure. The biggest treasure of them all. A treasure so valuable and so well hidden that it haunts the dreams of every pirate on the seas.
You mean
Big whoop?
None other.
Then why'd you come here? There's no treasure on Scab Island.
Well, I didn't know that before. Now I'm trying to charter a ship and look someplace else. When I return, I'll have riches galore and a whole new story.
Or you'll have died trying.
either way, we won't have to hear about LeChuck anymore.
That's awesome.
Ha! Those guys wouldn't know a good story even if they paid $50 for it. When I find Big Whoop, I'll become a legend among pirates for generations to come. I can only charter a ship and get off this stinking island.
So one thing that I do enjoy is the fact that he actually talks in the classic mode, which is huge. I really do like that. So part 1, the Largo Embargo.
My name's Ron Gilbert, and I did pretty much everything in this game. I did all the art, the music, programming, and the writing.
So typical.
I'm Dave Grossman. I helped Ron do everything on this game. I helped to design puzzles and wrote lots of dialogue and programmed things and made little people walk around and created scenes.
My name's Tim Schaefer. I helped get coffee for these guys, and then at night I redid everything that they did. And I was an assistant designer programmer. That's the official title.
That was our official title.
Yeah. So we helped with puzzles and then wrote dialogue and then programmed. Wow, I used to program.
I still program too.
Ooh, what's happening?
What was that sound?
Oh my god, the game's starting. What an awesome game.
Ooh, we got audio commentary plus our inventory up there. Alright, let's hear what these guys...
Oh, we're going into Woodtick. Don't go on that bridge. There's like... Oh, don't... Oh.
I just like this bit because the player always feels like they've done something wrong.
Right, without knowing it.
Yeah. People would actually go back and Try and play this again to try and not get caught by him on the bridge.
Yeah, Largo LeGrand is named after where I grew up.
Largo?
Oh, yeah.
Key Largo?
No, I grew up in LeGrand, Oregon. So that's where I got his name.
Where'd the Largo come from?
I don't know.
That's what they
Probably
used to
just the
call
way
him
it
back there.
sounded.
They used to call him
That was his
Largo.
nickname. Hey, Largo.
Hey, Largo.
Largo from LeGrand.
Is that Bogart? Key Largo?
I always liked how he started out with a whole bunch of money. So you kind of thought he had a bunch of stuff, and then it all like completely goes away at the very beginning of the game.
That fit into the running theme of mean, cruel things that we enjoyed. Give the player a bunch of money and then take it away
And then
from
just
them.
take it all away from them immediately. Yep.
I just want to say how good looking Guiber's hair is looking in this game.
Has a new stylist in this game.
Look how big his eyes are in the... Okay, sorry.
Wasn't the money thing inspired by just how much time you spent in the first game having to get money? Like, it was a really big thing. Like, oh, you didn't have any money and you had to go to the circus and get a job and all that. And it's
Right.
like,
And
this
that-
time,
that's-
let's start them off
right.
with tons of money.
More money than know what to do, and then we're going to take it all away.
So yeah, so I'm gonna really enjoy this commentary. They might spoil a little bit of what's gonna go on, but I mean, I gotta go with it because this is incredible. This is really fun to watch these guys talk, and luckily that time I didn't have to do anything. But another thing I was gonna say that I liked was the fact that they talk when I switched to the other mode. In the first one that they didn't talk, and it sometimes threw it off a little bit. But yes, as they were saying, our inventory here, we can look at all these
This
riches.
may be a lot of money, but it's nothing compared to how rich I'll be when I find Big Whoop.
But you walk like 2 spaces, and I did the same thing they did. I tried to replay it.
Where do you think you're going, fancy pants? You ain't from these parts, are you? This is a toll bridge. You gotta pay.
Who's gonna make me, Shorty?
Tough guy, huh?
Help! Police!
Scream as loud as you want. There's no police on Scab Island.
Then who eats the donuts and roughs up the transients?
I roughs up what needs roughing up on this island. Hey, you're loaded. This is my lucky night. Remember, wherever you go, on sea or on land, you can't ever hide from Largo LeGrand.
His eyes.
Tough town. I guess I should have got those traveler's checks.
So from right here, you can pick up the. Or no, you gotta look at the sign first.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
Let's pick up the.
Oops, I think I broke the sign.
Anyway, so that was awesome in the first game. The shovel's part of it. You think it says no digging, but you can actually take the shovel. Oh man, this guy's great. This is the woodsmith, I think. Yep, it's the woodsmith, man. This guy is hilarious. So let's talk to him.
Yeah?
Oh, is this really Oh. Okay, yeah.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck could chuck no amount of wood since a woodchuck can't chuck wood.
But if a woodchuck could chuck and would chuck some amount of wood, what amount of wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Even if a woodchuck could chuck wood, and even if a woodchuck would chuck wood, should a woodchuck chuck wood?
A woodchuck should chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, as long as a woodchuck would chuck wood.
Oh, shut up.
Nice apron. Are you some sort of chef?
No, I'm a woodsmith, which gives one of us an excuse for dressing funny.
What's the problem with that Largo guy?
He really goes against my grain. I'd like to make an end table out of him, but I don't have the guts. With all my tools, I'm still unable to create the one thing that could do this island some good.
Like an all-night tattoo parlor?
No, like a voodoo doll of Largo LeGrand.
Oh, I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
Alright, so let's look around a little bit. You can right click, look, use, push.
What do you think you're doing? It's not a toy. Hey, don't touch those. I need all of them.
It's looking like. Let's head back out. We got the bloody lip. Here we go. I believe this is Wally. Yep, this is Wally.
Hello.
This is definitely commentary worthy.